Hey guys, welcome back to a new banger video. Bruh, ignore this. Ignore my eye boogers too. What the freak? Okay. Anyways, we're back with a new banger video. And there's this hair hack that I've seen online that I literally want to try. So, I'm gonna be doing this, like, getting ready while I give y'all high school advice from a junior herself. Oh my gosh, my necklace is freaking stuck. Y'all, I changed my little bow necklace for my name necklace because I miss my name necklace. Like, I love the bow necklace, but like, I don't know, this one just means much more to me. And I felt like if I didn't wear it soon, I was gonna lose it or something. Guys, I look really, not to boost myself up or anything, but I really like how my complexion looks right now, if that makes sense. I just don't like this, but that's gonna go away soon. And I just don't feel like putting makeup on. I might do my mascara or like just curl my lashes. I think I'm gonna just curl my lashes. Actually wrote down in my notes like a whole bunch of advice. First one being, mind your business. Mind your business. Like, oh my gosh. One thing, like, well, this is me. Obviously, whenever I was younger, I was like, oh my god, what's the tea? Like, what happened with her? But as I grew up, like, I do not care. Especially about people at my school. Like, I don't care. I don't care what they have going on. And it's crazy. Like, yeah, sometimes people will come up to me and tell me, I'll be like, oh, for real, like, dang. But I really don't care. I really do not care. And I don't think anyone should. Just like, you know how people online, like, they care so much about, like, freaking, like, Central C and Madeline. Like, what? Why do you care? Why do you care? You know what I'm saying? Like, that has no effect on you whatsoever. Like, focus on your life is what I'm saying. Guys, hold on, I have to go watch my sister and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Is my screen dirty or what? Because this is so, bro, it doesn't even look that bad. I feel like I'm tripping. But anyways, I see my hair right now. Yeah, it's a mess, bro. Like, why does it look like that? Let's brush it and do my hair. I don't really feel like doing my makeup. I feel like the most I'm gonna do is put on mascara, and I still don't even really want to do that because then it's gonna be a struggle to take it off. So, oh my gosh, anyways, so mind your business. Like, that's so big because no matter what, like, if someone is talking about you, yeah, that's number one thing. Just mind your business. Literally, you should not care what is going on in somebody else's life. And if someone but this is gonna look so goofy, bro. This looks so goofy. Okay, so basically, just don't, because I don't care what people say. And especially even whenever they're talking about you, like, I get it if you want to, like, try to act like tough, like, oh no, I can't let that slide because they were talking about me. Like, bruh, let me tell you, you going up to them and being like, oh, were you talking, da da da, bruh, it's not gonna do nothing. Like, what? Like, you think they're gonna stop talking about you? Because even if they do, someone else is gonna talk about you again. Like, people have freedom of speech to talk about whoever they want, okay? Just like you can talk about whoever you want. That's the thing. Whether you care or not is up to you. But even if someone does say something, like, if they're not saying it to your face, then act like you did not hear it, bruh. Like, I'm not saying go and be friends with this person, obviously not, like, because they are talking bad about you. But you don't have to go up to them and be like, oh, I know you were saying this, and this about me. Because guess what? If someone came up to me, I'd be like, okay, and, like, what? Like, Like, what then? What then? What goes on next? Because either what's gonna happen is y'all are gonna fight, someone's gonna lose, and either way y'all are both gonna get expelled, get in trouble. But ignore how goofy I look, okay? Y'all are both gonna get expelled, y'all are both gonna get in trouble, both of y'all's parents is gonna be mad. Y'all are both, it's just a waste of time, waste of energy, and you just got in trouble for a dumb reason. Because that's dumb. Like, that is dumb. And don't go trying to act hard talking about, no, I'm not going to let that slide. Girl, you shouldn't care that much what people say. Like, literally. And I know it might be hard to believe, but I think it's a maturity thing, or maybe it's just a people thing. But what people say about you, literally, it's gone to a point where most of the time, what people say about me, I don't care. And I try to avoid even hearing or seeing what people do say about me, like, because I don't care. Like, I really don't. I just know to not talk to that person. I know how they feel about me. Okay, great. That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. Okay, that you don't like me. But I'm not going to go and make a big deal out of it, because another thing, super strong advice, not everyone is going to like you. And they can be talking about you for absolutely no reason. But they can talk about you, because guess what? Freedom of speech. We're back to that, because it's true. It's true. Okay? And even if you do stop that one person from talking about you, whatever, another person will eventually talk about you. If not at school, then somewhere else. Literally. And what will you do? What will you do? Will you lash out, crash out over some person talking? Will you? Really? Will you get in trouble just because you really were that butthurt by what they said? Because I promise you, sometimes no response is the best freaking response. Okay, guys, so I'm curling my hair. I saw this literally on TikTok. I hope it works. They did it kind of differently, but I'm gonna do it just my way. I'm trying to see if it works, so whenever I go back to school, I can try it out. It's okay. It looks good. If y'all like it, y'all can try it, of course. And then I'm gonna curl these pieces. No, they were already a little bit curled. But yeah, not everyone's going to like you, and there's nothing you can do about it. That took me a hard time to process, because I was like, there was a point where I was like, oh my gosh, what did I do for them to say this about me? What did I do for them to do this to me? And guess what? Sometimes it has nothing, and I mean nothing, to do with you, what you do. Sometimes it has everything to do with that person and how that person is. Like, that person could genuinely just be jealous of you, just want to hate for no reason. Like, that's why I don't think you should ever change something about yourself. And then I'm done. Change something about yourself, or dislike something about yourself because someone else said so. Because guess what? If someone has come at me and is like, oh, I don't like your nose. Okay, I don't like your nose. Boom, I pay a bunch of money, get my nose done, Guess what? Okay, I'm happy now, because now that person can't say anything about my nose. Next person comes and they're like, I don't like your lips. Oh my gosh. And then it can keep going, and then I can go. But the thing is, that's what's happened. If you're a people pleaser, if you want everyone to like you, want everyone to feel good about you, you're gonna never feel good. If you need other people to feel good about you for you to feel good about yourself, then you are never ever going to feel good, because people are never satisfied, ever. And I so mean that. That's why you have to seek love within yourself. And I genuinely mean that so much. Like, do not go and change yourself for someone else, because you will constantly be changing yourself. You will never love yourself. So that's what I mean by not everyone's going to like you, and it can have nothing to do with you. So just, I suggest to move on with your life and ignore that, because you have to do what's good for you, honestly, like for real. Not what's good for someone else, not what someone else wants, what you want. Because if you always do what someone else wants, you're never going to be happy, ever, because that person is never going to be satisfied. Because someone who really likes you and someone who really loves you, and I'm not talking about a love interest, I'm talking about a friend, they wouldn't want you to change anything. And I promise you, whenever I mean that, like, it's just not normal for someone who loves you and cares for you to want you to change something about yourself. You know what I mean? And it's just like weird to me. And I get it, because as teenagers, like, we go to school, we're judged every day, and we care a lot about what other people think on social media, in public, etc. But you just gotta realize that you gotta do whatever you want to do. And because everyone else is going to do what they want to do, you know? Like, put yourself first and don't just do whatever makes you happy. People have been commenting, and they're like, oh, like, I miss your black hair, go back to black. I loved my black hair, but I changed it because I wanted to. And if I go back to black hair, it's because I want to, not because a bunch of people online are telling me to. You understand? So it's the same concept with school. Not everyone's going to like you, so I suggest you move on from that fact and just get with people and talk to people who do like you. Because just like there are people who don't like you and who are full of hate and envy, there are also people who are full of love and will like you and accept you for who you are. So I suggest you focus on that and not the wrong people. You know what I mean? So yeah. Okay, third little piece of advice is get your priorities straight. And when I say this can be hard to hear and to comprehend. Not hear as much as comprehend, because I feel like we've all been here at some point, or will get there at some point. I feel like girls think that their priority is a relationship, their priority is a man. Oh, and I feel like sometimes I do forget this, but you should never ever prioritize. Well, it depends, okay? Especially if you're in high school, I feel like you should not prioritize a man, because that man will get you nowhere. And I really mean that. Like, you're in high school, I need you to prioritize your grades, prioritize your sport that you're taking seriously, prioritize your mental health, prioritize yourself and what does you good. A 15, 16, 17 year old guy who doesn't even know what he wants in life, who is unsure and doesn't even know how to pick out an outfit in the morning, that guy will not, and I mean will not, bro, get you anywhere, you know, especially at that age. And it's tough to hear, because sure, having relationships in high school is nice. It feels so like sweet, especially for like our young brains, who we feel this like love, and we don't really, it's like our first type of real feeling, you know, and it's exciting because we're young and it feels so real. But what is real is that in 5-10 years, you need to realize that in 5-10 years, what will matter is what grades you got, is if you graduated high school or not. Because That is real. And if you believe in the, oh, high school grades don't actually matter, like education doesn't get you anywhere, then I don't know what to tell you. But I grew up in a household where grades are prioritized, and if you don't have good grades, you don't have a phone, you don't have da-da-da. And I'm glad I was raised that way, because now I feel like I don't need my parents to constantly tell me to do my work, because I know to do my work. I know to keep my grades up, and I like that. Like, I wouldn't want to fail, you know what I mean? Like, before growing up, like, it was like, oh, I don't want to fail because I don't want to get my phone took, or I don't want to fail because I don't want my mom to get mad at me. But now I don't want to fail because I don't want to feel that way about myself, you know what I mean? Like, it's engraved in my head that I need to do good academically, and I'm glad that way. And I'm glad because academic validation is more important than male validation. And in like our early years, our 13, 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old years, male validation is something I feel like a lot of young girls want and feel like they need, but I promise you, you don't. Because a 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old guy can validate you and all that, but it will not get you anywhere. It will not. And it's so hard because there are good guys, and I'm not saying there isn't, and I'm not saying that love isn't real. I'm saying prioritize yourself, because you should love yourself more, and you should focus on your future and focus on your grades, because that matters. Your grades matter, you know? Like, I'm not saying it's everything. I'm not saying you should give up on talking to people and give up on having a boyfriend because of grades, but I'm saying prioritize it, you know? Like, take your grades seriously, prioritize your sport, because I know a lot of girls that quit their sport and like stop studying, do bad in like their grades because they want to spend more time with their boyfriend, because they want to focus more on their boyfriend. But imagine you do all of that, and then like you fail, you get bad grades, you quit your favorite sport that you love so much because you want to spend time with your boyfriend, right? And then you guys break up, because you will break up. And I'm not saying this for everyone, but 9 times out of 10 you will break up. And what do you have left? Not your favorite sport, not your grades. You have nothing, because you made your whole life about a guy, and you put your wants, your desires all aside because you thought your feelings for this guy were more important, and they aren't. Please do not, that's another thing, do not take high school relationships, friendships and stuff too hard. Like, do not expect it to last forever, and to centralize your life around it, like make it your everything, because you will be devastated and crushed whenever that friendship, that significant other leaves, or y'all break up, or y'all have separate ways, or he moves, or you move. Things happen, it's life. But you need to realize that what matters is your grades. If you graduate high school, if that sport makes you happy and you take it serious, you know, get your priorities straight. Okay, if you can't handle having a boyfriend and managing school at the same time, having good grades, which one do you want to prioritize, your boyfriend or your grades? And you have to think about it, okay? Don't think with emotions, but with your brain. And the right option is your grades and school, okay? So think about it like that, you know? So get your priorities very straight, for one. Okay. Anyways, I got very deep into that. Next thing is, please try to stay out of trouble, guys. Like, and I mean this because I know, trust. It's like, high school is very problematic. There's always rumors going around, and it could have been that you said nothing, you did nothing. I literally, trust me, I know. From experience, it could have been that you literally said nothing, did nothing, and someone can want to have problems with you. Someone can text you, someone can come up to you and be like, I heard you did this and this, like, we have a problem. Bro, be mature, think about it, don't act, think. And I'm so glad, like, I thought like my things through, because there's this one time I was in a situation where like someone thought that I did something that I did not do, bruh. And I was like, and this person, like, they wanted to fight me, and I was like, no, like, this is ghetto. And I said that, I was like, this is ghetto. And I probably like shouldn't have said that, but that was what was going through my head right now, like. But yeah, like, that's what I think is reasonable to do in moments like that. Like, do not entertain that kind of stuff. One, because it's not very, like, good. It's not gonna make you look good. It's gonna make you look bad. And if you think, oh, you're gonna look like no one's gonna want to mess with you, da da da, like, oh, everyone's gonna think that you ate. Even if you win or lose the fight, guess what? You're still expelled. You're still in big trouble. And guess what? Freaking 3 weeks later, people are gonna talk about you, and that is not good attention. Okay, you can win all that, but imagine being known as the girl who like got into a fight. Win or lose, like, it all depends on your mindset, because some people, like, they were like, oh heck yeah, if I win then I want to be known like that. But it's just me, like, I don't want to be known that way, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want anyone to have a video of me in a real fight, or I wouldn't want like my mom to get like the school call and be like, oh, your daughter was in a fight, you know? Like, that's how I was raised. Like, it's not worth it at all. Like, you're getting in trouble. You're like, also, there's gonna be someone videotaping, there's gonna be someone who posted, there's gonna be someone who laughs at the way you do something, you know? Like, it's just not smart. So stay out of trouble, avoid fights, avoid the wrong kind of people, because the wrong kind of people, to like, keep your circle close. That's another thing, like, keep your circle close. And trust me whenever I say that. And even when you do keep your circle close, oh my gosh, do not trust. Like, and when I say this, I mean, you know how sometimes you have those thoughts and it's like, oh, like, I could get canceled for this, or oh, this person can, like, a lot of people would like argue with me about this. Sometimes it's best not to share all your thoughts, you know? Because guess what? If someone comes up to me and is talking trash about someone else and is like talking bad about them, and they want like me to talk with them, and I do, and I'm like, oh yeah, bro, like, she's this, like, she stinks, da da da. Okay, and this person has heard me talk all this, and this person could have no bad intentions, right? And then boom, me and that person stop being friends, or stop talking as much because we got different classes now or something, right? Okay, me and this person are less close now, and they have classes with the person we talked bad about, and they become friends, and they start talking, and then that person's like, oh, before me and you became friends, like, this person said this and this about you. Now you're cooked. You look like a bad person because you went and you started talking bad about someone to someone. Do not, like, trust me, don't do it, because you cannot trust anyone, especially in high school. Sometimes people don't even have the bad intention, but it's high school. Like, things get bad quickly, and people are so, like, they don't know how to keep their mouths shut. They don't know, like, sometimes they don't even know the harm they are doing. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But either way, it's better just not to, like, trust anyone and talk bad about people, because most likely it will get you nowhere. And if it does get you somewhere, it's probably nowhere positive. okay? And I genuinely mean that. So keep your circle close and do not trust people. Let me see in my notes if I have anything else. Okay, I found another thing in my notes. This might not be like this might be my last one, but basically find motivation through things. And for me, some motivation that I had was like, oh, like getting up the next day and finding a cute outfit, you know, like things, because school can be so draining. And I know, and trust me whenever I say I know that school can be absolutely so draining and mentally can destroy someone. So I really suggest to make things easier, to make things more fun in a way that you like, to find motivation through things like writing down cute notes, or if you like if you are like me and like to see aesthetic things, like sometimes you can, like whenever, if you don't have motivation to study, like think about it like, oh, like I can go back and remake my notes and make them cuter, you know, like things like that. Like find motivation through things. Like sometimes if I need to study, and I barely study, but when I know I need to, like I really do try to, so I'll like ask my brother or my dad to like read out the things, and like if it has blanks, like I'll try to fill in the blank, and it feels like a game to me. Do you understand? Like that's just, and then sometimes like they'll correct me in a way or make a joke, and that will stay engraved in my brain. Like I remember this one time, I had a boyfriend at the time, right? And I was like, help me study, right? And he was helping me study, and I was like, we were at breakfast at school, and my first period, in a couple minutes, like I had to go and take a test. So I was like, help me study. And so he was reading it out, and he corrected me, and he was like, bruh, it's da da da, and we started laughing, and that stayed engraved in my brain. Like I remember I was taking the test, and I knew the answer to that so quick, and I remember, and it's just like, it's like find things that give you motivation, find things that make things more fun, because you need motivation to get like throughout school, or else you will feel awful, you'll feel drained. And when you feel drained, when you feel awful, you're not happy, you're not gonna get anything done because you're not mentally up to it, you know what I mean? So just try to find motivation through picking out the next outfit for the next school day, seeing your friends, like just find motivation through things. So yeah, that's another thing. Another thing is try to have a good connection, and I don't mean try to be best friends with your teachers, because it didn't have to be that way. In middle school, I was always a kid who like had a favorite teacher, or like could joke around with their teachers, had a good connection. And then once like I got into high school, from the years that have passed, I really have not like had that. I feel like I have not had a great relationship with my teachers like how I used to in like middle school. But I do and did have like good connections to where I can communicate with my teacher if I have an assignment late, or if I didn't see I had an assignment and they put a 0 in it. I was able to communicate, to email them and be like, I'm so sorry, I'm just seeing that you put a 0 in for this, I didn't know I had to do that, and communicate. And sometimes they'll be like, no, it's too late. But then if there's even a chance that they will let you retake it, they will let you do it, even if it's like with a couple points off, try to do it, because like it's good to have a type of communication with your teachers, because if not, then imagine like you didn't do that assignment and because you had a family issue and you can't communicate with your teacher because you feel uncomfortable because you're not close enough with them, and then you just get a 0 for something that you literally could have just talked to him. And I know it's hard sometimes. Like literally last year I had a teacher that I genuinely disliked so much, and he got frustrated with me because I didn't really know how to do something, and I didn't ask for help until the next day. And I didn't ask for help in the moment. It was like a practice test that was graded, and he assigned it for homework and I didn't know how to do it, but I was like, oh, whenever I get home, like, I'll figure it out. I got home, I couldn't figure it out, and so I had to wait till the next day, and the next day it was due. So I asked him about it, and he got upset with me because I didn't ask him the day before, and it was already late, and it was one day late, or it was due that day, and he got upset with me, and I cried. But I'm a very sensitive person, and I cried, and it was so humiliating. Like, actually, so yeah, it was actually very humiliating. But there are times like that where it's like, dang, but it's okay. I feel like you should still try, because teachers are supposed to be there to help you. They're supposed to be there to help you succeed, you know. So I feel like you should always try at least to like communicate with your teacher when something's wrong, when you need help. So there's that, because that is important. And yeah. Okay, last thing, get your work done. And when I say this, I mean, I have never been like a super I get told I'm smart, right? But it's because of my grades. Like, you see my grades and you're like, oh, you're smart, you know. You see my GPA and you're like, oh, you're smart. And I would love to consider myself smart, but I feel like 99% of the time you do not have to be smart. You have to be committed. You have to do your work. And I promise you, because I am not good with tests, exams, quizzes. I'm not good at that. Like, I'm really bad, and I suck at studying. I hardly study, but I get my work done. And I promise you, getting your work done, like, if you don't like doing homework, then do it at school. Do it during your lunch. Do it so when you get home, you don't have to do it. And if you don't like doing it at school, like you feel like you can't concentrate, do it at home. Do your work at home. But get your work done one way or another. And try to do it before the due date. Or even if you have to turn it in late, like, try to turn it in late. But try to get it done, because you can get bad grades on a test, on an exam, whatever. On a test, on an exam. But if you do your work, then you get 100s just for completing homework. And like, homework, dude, most of the time the teachers give you the answers for homework, you know. Like, as long as you do your work, you are guaranteed to at least pass. And me, I do my work. I'm not that good with grades, and I always get like at least a B. Like, nothing below a C, because my parents do not accept that, and I don't really either. Like, I've gotten that engraved in my head, like, a C is not really good. So, like, just do your work. Trust me. Like, do it. Just do your work and log in. But yeah, okay, that is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Thank you guys for watching.